Namaste, beautiful souls. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Blooming Lotus Healing channel. I am so excited to be here and to be sharing with you this new healing modality that I have been practicing for the last, I want to say, 3 to 4 months. So basically, I use this pendulum, okay, and I use some charts, specialized charts, to access the Akashic records. And the way it works is that when I access the records in a specific way, and I make sure that I'm anchored with my highest self, and I also anchor your highest self and make sure that your highest self is always involved. And the healing is imparted by your highest self. I don't really do anything with it. Your highest self is the one in charge. So here I just wanted to explain a little bit about what SRT is. So spiritual response therapy, or spiritual response technique, is a technique that was developed by a wonderful soul who passed away a little while ago. His name is Robert Detzler, and he wrote a couple books, The Freedom Path and Spiritual Healing, and I think it was Soul Recreation. So within these books, he explains the technique. However, in order for you to get certified to impart this or practice this on others, you must go through the Spiritual Response Association, which I really loved. That's the one thing that I really loved about this specific technique, is the fact that they're very careful to make sure that everything is in integrity. And they want to make sure that the people who are out there practicing, they're doing it with a code of ethics. So the ego is not involved. We create a really beautiful space where it's only spirit who's really doing the work. And basically, I'm just holding space for you as I am opening the records and doing some research. So the way it works is that we use the charts to do some researching. And then with that, we access the information and then we clear it. So it's a very simple technique. However, it's very powerful. It's extremely powerful. I've been able to overcome a serious traumatic event that I experienced when I was, I believe, 5 or 6. I was thrown into a pool and I almost drowned. And what I ended up, experiencing was so traumatic that I couldn't even go into, I could go into a pool and get in the water, but as soon as I, felt like the water was going to hit my face or anything, I would just, I would freak out and I couldn't do it. So now I'm happy to announce that after doing, the SRT clearing, and of course practicing meditation and mindfulness, and really combining this with a little bit of plant medicine, all of this combined has been such a powerful tool for me. So now I can go into the pool, into the deep end of the pool, and I can swim. and it's so amazing. I'm just so grateful, because I remember, growing up and seeing all the kids, going into the deep end of the pool and having fun, and I would just sit there on the shallow end of the pool and just observe everybody. Or maybe I was out in a boat with some friends, and they would, throw themselves into the ocean and they would be swimming and having fun, and I would just be sitting there just afraid of the water. So this has been so powerful, when we put the intention and we really do the work, the shadow work that we need to do. Spirit really does show up. When the moment that we open up to spirit and we say, please help, we have legions of angels and masters and ascended masters and teachers and so many souls who are willing to help us. So that's the beautiful thing about this modality, is that we have access to all of those souls who are ready to help us overcome all of those traumatic events and all of these different energies. So one thing that I received from Spirit is that I felt, basically the way you want to look at it is that first when things happen on the body, it's traumatic, right? So the body has a certain memory. So when I first approached the water, even though already I cleared myself, I had to practice some mindfulness and meditation. And it was quite interesting because as I was being taught how to float in the water, I could observe my body, and I was able to see how my body was releasing all of the trauma. I was actually feeling like these knee-jerk reactions from my body, but I just allowed myself to. I held space for my body, because it first started in the body and then it kind of went into my mind. And once it goes into the mind, then what happens is that it goes into your not only to your emotional body, but also to your spiritual body. So with the Akashic records, with the SRT, accessing the Akashic records with SRT, the beautiful thing about that is that, when you put the intention to meet spirit halfway. So basically I did the clearing, but then I said, okay, I need to do the work too. So I ended up going to the pool, and I asked my partner to help me, and he was teaching me how to float. He basically was teaching me how to trust the water again. And that was so powerful. But at that moment, I had to hold space for my body to release whatever memory needed to be released at the moment, as I was allowing myself to surrender into the water. Now I am happily going to the pool by myself, and yes, I may not be the best swimmer in the world, but I can swim. I can be in the deep end and I'm okay. So that's so exciting to me. And that's one of so many things that I have experienced with SRT that are so powerful. And I am so passionate about this modality. And I know it's not the end all be all. This is one modality that can, combined with other things, can really be powerful and help you move through and move forward in your healing journey. So if you are interested in getting a session with me, please don't hesitate to contact me. I'm going to leave the information on a link below, and I look forward to hear from you. Namaste. Love you. Mwah.